1 seconds remaining.
Come on, we need this win. Come on,
Jokic
come on,
trying to
Lakers.
disrupt Rondo. He puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win.
What in the world?
People of America, listen to me. To be crazy, a crazy person, I deserve an A+ for the way I'm running this country. That's why in 40 days, we're going to win 4 more years in the office. I'm right, you're wrong, that's it. They know it in China, they know it in Russia, they know it in Mexico. They didn't help me build the wall. Okay, they know it. Everybody knows it. It's the most important election for our country, for our people. Okay, to end the China virus. Okay, it's not our problems. It's fake news. I'm right, you're wrong. The only poll that matters is the poll on November 3rd. Go get your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your second cousins twice removed, okay? Go get your pets too. They matter. And vote, vote, vote.
Oh my God, man. Dang. I can't believe this.
Dad.
I was in the middle of watching the game and it just cut off.
You okay? What's going on?
I was in the middle of watching the game. Anthony Davis was just shooting. I got on my gear, my good luck stuff, watching my Lakers, Black Panther, pink jacket, hat. Don't laugh at my pink jacket. I was watching the game and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the broadcast was interrupted with a message about voting. Like, for real? Like, everybody knows to vote in 2020. Like, who in their right mind wouldn't vote in 2020, man? Come on. We didn't need to see that message. They just could have kept the game on.
Speaking of voting, we're talking about this thing in social studies, about government and stuff.
Are you trying to change the subject? Don't try to change the subject. I mean, what are y'all talking about?
We're talking about, politics and stuff. So.
Politics. The only thing that you find in politics, son, is many things that tick you off. That's why I'm saying I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not studying this stuff. It just seems like it's a trap. Everybody trying to get you to pick a side. Like, who are you? Are you conservative or liberal? Are you a Democratic? Nail one. I'm a Christian, man. I'm just too busy trying to be. I'm worked up, son.
Okay, Dad.
Because
I can see that you're sweating. You're overwhelmed. Look, how about I find out who won the game for you?
No, don't patronize me. I don't need you to find out who won the game. Next thing you'll be telling me I'm old, and then you're trying to say, don't play with me, son. Don't play with me. This is not funny. This is not a game.
No.
That was a game that was interrupted, but this is not a game right here.
At all.
This don't make no sense, man.
Well, if you are not into politics, if you're not a Democrat or Republican, who are you going to vote for?
Well, son, that's simple. That's as easy as CBA.
It's ABC.
So you're trying to call me old again. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I said. It's easy as CBA. Now I got to tell you a story. Do you want me to tell you a story? No, you about to get this story, son. There was a man who was blind from birth who just happened to cross paths with Jesus and the disciples. This prompted the disciples to ask Jesus a question. They were excited, like students in a classroom, just raising their hands all at once. Teacher, whose fault is this? Is it his parents' fault? Or is it this man who is blind from birth? Is it his own fault that he was blind from birth? So why were the disciples even thinking this way? They were thinking this way because we think transactionally. If I do something wrong, I have a consequence that I must pay. They were so heaven bent on trying to figure out whose fault it was that they became irrational in their thinking. This man who is blind from birth, is it his fault that he is blind from birth? Now, how irrational is that? It makes no sense at all. So what did Jesus do? Jesus shifted the whole focus of the conversation. I'm not going to allow you to box me in to worldly construct. Thank you so much, even as you pose this question, for giving me multiple choices and get me to choose one of these sides, but I still reject it. And I say neither. It's now one of them. He shut the whole blame game operation down. He shifted the entire narrative of the conversation to the power of God. And you're asking the wrong question. You should be focused on healing this man and helping this man. You are empowered to heal. Don't misuse your power. Don't misuse your vote. Don't misuse your voice. I am so happy that Christ was present to shift the narrative of the story amongst other Christians who were trying to figure out fault and blame. If Christ was not present, that man who was blind from birth could have very well still been blind today. I declare, I proclaim boldly that I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I'm done with that. I'm too busy trying to be a Christian, trying to operate within the spirit of Christ to any longer be caught up into those worldly constructs. But I still have to vote. So voting for me is as easy as CBA. C, Christ matters most. I'm pausing there. I'm not moving too fast. I know typically with the ABCs, there's a rhythm, you ABC. No, with CBA, it is comprehensive to the point where you have to pause at the C and take it in. What does it mean to you if you make the declaration that Christ matters most? Let me help you real quick. I got something to help us out. Because you want to feel the weight of that. You want to feel the weight of the responsibility of being a Christian. When you succumb to the weight of the world, you become numb to the weight of being a Christian. The Bible says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for my yoke is easy and my burdens are light. This is Christ. He's saying, I'm going to take the brunt of everything, but you're still yoked with Christ. We still have the responsibility to pull some weight. We have a responsibility as Christians that we negate. Sometimes we can focus on being yoked with the salvation aspect of being a Christian, the privilege and the many benefits that come with being a Christian, but I'm not really focused on my responsibility to look out and love my brother, to be others oriented. As I vote, I'm not going to vote selfishly. I am going to vote servantly. I am a servant. I am my brother's keeper. That is my responsibility. And sometimes when you're forced, hey, choose this side, choose that side, you're not focused on your responsibility as a Christian. That's the world's trick. And we've fallen victim to that trick way too long. That's why I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I'm just a Christian, man. That's all I am. So when I vote, I am going to vote with the spirit of Christ, thinking about others, not thinking about what benefits me, but I'm thinking about my fellow man. That's what being a Christian is all about. I love it. Now, once I realize Christ matters most, now I can move to the B. And I can say Black lives matter more. Now, when I say that, I'm not trying to say that I'm better than somebody else because I'm Black. I'm not trying to say that I'm more important because of the color of my skin. Absolutely not. I am saying when you're viewing life and viewing things through the lens of Christ matters most, you will easily realize that we are in a time, in a context where more emphasis needs to be placed on Black lives. It has to go far beyond just mattering. Because even when I arrive at the place where Black lives matter, then the question becomes, yeah, but do Black lives matter enough? So we have to push far beyond just mattering to the more. And once I get that, C, Christ matters most. B, Black lives matter more. Then, we're there. All lives matter. That's the place where the Black life longs to be. We want to be right there with the all lives, included with the all lives. Don't let the world trick you. So when you vote, I'm not telling you who to vote for. I would never do that. But don't vote selfishly. Vote as a servant of Christ. Ask the Spirit of Christ, what am I supposed to do? Don't vote because you're pledging your allegiance to a political party. We're done with that. We are Christians. We live by a different creed. It's not my voice alone. It's not my vote alone. It's our vote.
All over the world, yeah, all over the world, yeah. All you gotta do is love God, love people, love God, love people.